Hello, hello everybody, we are back. Are we so back? I don't know. Oi! So I'm back playing against Tarvalar again. It's a new day, so I hope we can get a win. How do I play against my own setup? Well, I would go east ordinarily. I feel it's the weakness of the setup. But we could do like an old sneaky Hamburg start. That could be kind of fun actually. What's my hand? Is my hand decent? Yeah, my hand's not bad actually. We could do an early vamp. Let's see what happens. It can't go any worse than the last Dracula game. Let's see if I get the same Dark Hole luck that Tarvalar had the last time we played. We shall see. This will probably be just a single game, unless I get absolutely trounced. Or I just decide to stay up really late. Which is probably not likely, because it's already 11 PM my time. But let's see. There's a lot of Dracula events. Out early doors. So it'd make a hoax pretty appealing, but I don't have one. We could just put down Desecrate Soil. Do we want to try and fake hoax it and put a bats in? But then the problem is if only one hunter goes, that'll look pretty silly if it's just a Desecrate Soul that matures. We'll definitely go to Hamburg. That's for certain, I think. That's for certain, I think. Nice. Don't want to put down Desecrate Soul. I could do Desecrate Soul bats to make it look like a hoax, but it's not a hoax. But then what's the chances that newspaper won't get drawn? Setting 2 hunters up can be a bit tricky. It depends on movement, I guess, and also tickets. If tickets cooperate or not. But still close enough to think. I think Desecrate Soul will trigger. So I think we put down Desecrate Soul, just because my hand's a little bit meh. But we'll take as it comes. Just trying to get a little bit of league practice in. But also, as I said in yesterday's video, I do find, partly because I haven't played so much, so I'm still trying to get back into the rhythm of things, but also I do often find in practice games, and also just before tournaments in general, I try to limit tests as much as possible and just see what I can and can't get away with. But then obviously that also depends on the opponent too, because some opponents will let you do certain things, others will not. Okay, I'm very unlikely to be discovered here because, yep, Hamburg is not a very common search location. Do I misdirect Leipzig? I could decide not to. Problem is, if I want to go into Berlin, I kind of want to be in Strasbourg when newspaper would, in theory, reveal Hamburg. Because then they'll move, and then I can potentially wolf them out of Strasbourg to react to what they're doing. Could go Berlin. Do we just Dark Hole now? That's also another thing we could do. You know what? Sure, why not? Let's roll the dice a bit. Let's test out the new rule. I mean, that's a good card. That's a good card. That is a good card. Probably should have kept Leipzig open actually, because then that's just more tucking fodder. Or spaces for tucking fodder. So yeah, I should have not misdirected, I think. But I don't expect these things to mature, to be honest. Oh, discovering a rifle already. Checks Amsterdam. Respectable. After last game, oh no, yesterday rather. So yeah, rifle already. So obviously not Oktoberfest, so Gadame could get clogged up with good items. So we could try to sort of mosey our way towards Seward. Hopefully he's hoping that he's a bit weak, but then that's always a bit of a lottery. We've got a planned ambush on Mina, so you know that's gonna just make her really strong. So I basically can't fight her. But Dark Returns is very nice. You know, force through mature hopefully. It doesn't accelerate the game in terms of giving me points, because there is still the night phase, and then consecrated ground can be then something the hunters can do, but it's as good as. You're scanning already. Actually got horses. I see. I see. So what is our hand now? 2 bats, 2 wolves, hoax. I think we just make a beeline for Strasbourg and actually wolf form earlier. And there's always a chance then the hoax is not found. What I want to put in Cologne. Slow them down with some bats, maybe? It's not a very strong bats location. But it could help if I'm going to think about putting hoaxes down. Could put another bats in Strasbourg too. Since my plan to play bats in Bordeaux, last time I played Dracula, didn't work out very well for me. So since that A wasn't discovered and also was not relevant at all. Hide scouts, okay. Because Amsterdam got searched, Cologne is very unlikely to get searched here. I would like to go Frankfurt, Strasbourg. I think just the sooner we get the hoax down, the better. How likely is it that none gets checked? By Van Helsing. Okay, could also mean that Seward might move up now. That sometimes happens when you're playing this sort of setup. And Seward draws at local rumours, or somebody draws evil presence. You know Dracula's not in Spain, or Iberia I should say. So then Seward might just mosey up to Paris. So that might make my life a little bit harder. Edinburgh's not the trail, okay, so you're ruling out the entirety of the UK then. That makes a lot of sense, so that means Van Helsing could come over. So I could end up having to deal with... I mean... I could do something really nasty and go into Amsterdam. Once they discover it's Hamburg, then it's very obvious about where I am. How likely is it that Van Helsing moves, is the question. Now, I think we just stick with the original plan. I don't know if this is all a bit... You see wolf form 2 spaces after Hamburg, Your gut normally tells you, oh, that's going to be Strasbourg. I mean, they're very likely to go to Strasbourg, so bats would actually be pretty nice. There. Maybe go to Geneva and then Wolform. From Geneva I can get to Nantes. Geneva's not a very common Wolform location. Could even misdirect it. Could put down something a bit trashy. Should be paying a bit more attention to what they're discarding. Mina rifle. 2 holy bullets gone. Yeah, I think going to Geneva makes a lot of sense. And make them scared that make the hunters scared that I'm going east here. I think if I can misdirect Geneva, I think that could cause a lot of issues. And I might just be able to sneak down through Bordeaux into Santander, and I don't think they're going to go and check that. I think. Especially if you've got bats pushing people around a lot. Yeah, I kind of like that plan. Even a Wolform to Toulouse could be kind of nice. Get off the rail line. So yeah, let's put something sort of a bit crappy down in Geneva, in case I do end up misdirecting it. So we'll put down rats, that's probably the weakest one of the lot. No, I don't think we reuse rumor tokens yet. Right, let's... Because the thing, Mina is either going to be isolated or be pushed around by bats and things. Which means then she's not really going to be in the position to psychic scan. They might have hypnosis, of course, which then does foil my plan. Never mind, they do not have newspaper. Well, that is lovely. We could just still go for the plan regardless, to be honest. I don't know if Seward... Is Seward going to rail? Because if he horses, he could just horse on top of Toulouse, which would be most unfortunate. This newspaper. Oh. Might get the Discred Soul to mature now, actually. Which would be pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think we will form here. Just the question is, where do we will form to? They might think that Nantes is the location I will form from. That's the tricky thing when you're trying to think about wolf forms. I've seen that before. I've caught Draculas, but I have moved to a location that I believe Dracula has wolf formed from. It's actually the location they wolf formed to. And it just completely changed the whole dynamic, where suddenly Dracula gets caught way sooner than they expected, and they don't have wolf form. I don't know if Seward's just going to fast horse onto Toulouse. So I want to try and maybe take advantage of the wolf form now and get the misdirect in. Unless we just move to Marseille. Now. Oh wait, where's your horse gone? Oh, have you given the horse to Godalming? You must have done. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you're going to move. I have no idea what Seward's movement options are like. Nantes is a safe place for me to go, but then they might think it's more likely that if Van Helsing moves, he will go Le Havre Paris rather than Le Havre Nantes, right? 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 Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot Jovan Harker was in play. Okay. Ah. So is that is that hoax ever gonna mature then? Maybe not. Do I go to Marseille? And then look to wolf form. Could wolf form to Saragossa. And then mosey around here for a while. Hmm. Yeah. Let's throw down aristocratic, because again, just a delay really. Am I gonna wolf form from Marseille? Maybe I should put down something else. That's fine. I mean, if it's a oh, I wanted a wolf form because of the desperate soil. Hmm. I was really hoping that you would just burn something like a sense of emergency to get to that. Yeah, I actually wanted a wolf form because I take advantage of the desperate soil. Hmm. Come on, Seward. How are you moving? Ah, you're railing. Ah, I could have wolf formed to like Toulouse or something. Yeah. That's what we could have wolf formed into Saragossa here. Oh, you're using sense of emergency to go to Hamburg. Oh, love it. You probably have a heavenly host because of the planned ambush. So let's keep you occupied there. Could wolf him into Barcelona. Barcelona is a place that is not often checked. And I don't know how necessary do I think it is to stake. Okay. Nope. Right. What do we get rid of? I think get rid of one mob. I think I'm getting rid of the mobs here. I don't expect to get jumped on anytime soon. Okay. Yeah, let's just mature this. Yeah, I don't mind a wolf form into Barcelona. I can merge around Iberia before my wolf form is going to be relevant. And Barcelona's probably the last place they'll check. Then again, they might discover Marseille now very, very quickly. Yeah, I think I misdirect Marseille here. Because I want them to think it's Zurich. And then to double check that, they have to go as far as Zagreb. Losing my aristocratic, so that's slightly unfortunate. Okay, so they're all going to get delayed today. So that means Saragossa is a really safe place for me to go. This might not work. Because Van Helsing might just rail down to Saragossa on top of me. Okay, bats. Oh, you've got a stake as well. Okay, I need to keep track of these items. And you've got a stake. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of going with what was happening in the game yesterday. Lots of stakes going on. Right, so you got pistol as well. Okay. So you rail, then you move there. So you don't have horses. And, right, okay, so... Yeah, there's the only disadvantage here. Dracula could just... But I think this misdirect... Again, I mean, you never know. This could work out really badly for me. Do I hide in place? Until I see, Van Helsing's movement? Maybe. Yeah, always a risk here. So I'm gonna throw down a wolves. Then I'll throw down the other hoax in Santander. I know there's John van Harker, but the thing is, I do have Dark Returns, so I could just force it. The problem with Dark Returns is it puts all the Dracula cards into the discard pile, but they might not be able to reach it. Oh my god, we got everybody in. Got Strider, got Gio, got Artuin. Ooh. I'm going to push you into the most annoying place here. Remember, does Mina have horses? I don't think she does. Oh, I should have pushed Gadami to Nuremberg. Actually, no, because I wanted to be as far away from the east as possible. You have horses. I see. Okay. I see. I'll push Mina to Amsterdam. I mean, they are on this really good rail line to get down to me, but I don't feel very threatened at the moment. So yeah, hoax matures will be really nice. If I don't get the hoax matures, they will probably burn stakes on them. Which then means... I will let Cologne. Put some rats in. Just to be annoying. Yeah, if they're burning stakes on hoaxes, then it means I can just throw down loads of vamps here. I could even double up rumour tokens. I think that could be... I mean, they got 3 stakes between them, so that... yeah. I'll have to see. I mean, in theory, if I know that the hunters are carrying loads of stakes, then I should be trying to be a bit more aggressive and fight them, but center of the map's quite tricky. I could get jumped on by multiple, or it takes us a lucky find, and a lucky find, or a well, we know there's a planned ambush. Just things of that nature can just really screw me over, and I'm not expecting it. So I assume that's trading for the horse. They're going to keep supplying. That's fine. They're getting lots of events, which... well, that's a big meh. That's a house rule I want implemented. Have a house rule, which is that newspaper cannot be used immediately. If that's something that was a Kajic suggestion, I'm definitely in agreement with it. Remove the part of the card that allows newspaper reports to be played immediately. Now, what you can do to maybe sort of counter that a little bit can be that if there's at least one despair token on the board, you can use newspaper reports at dawn or dusk, but to reveal the fourth space on the trail. So later in the game, it gets slightly stronger, but it's not like a boom, here you go, immediately played. And the thing is, like, Mina just basically played that. And I know she's got a free event slot, but at no point did she, there's no concern. If you need the information from newspaper reports, if you have to just hold on to the card, even if it's for one turn until the dusk phase coming up to use it, and that means you have to throw away an event, that's a good thing for Dracula. Okay, well, that is most unfortunate. What do you want to do with Strasbourg? We shall lair it. Put bodyguards in. Okay, not ideal. So now we have to kind of... how quickly are they going to move in? Now there is a trick I talked about last video, which is you can do things as we go into an extremity, leave, and you misdirect the port you left from, so they don't know where you are. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time to do that, or my trail's going to be so short it's not going to be very relevant. If I had just a couple more turns to throw down loads of stuff. Let's get into Madrid now, because I can't see these two hunters jumping onto me now. That'd be insanely risky of them. I think this way throw down the aristocratic. Obviously now UK is opened up in a very different way because we're playing with the CG variant. I can get CG hoteled, but I'm not going to get just nuked off the board. So that's nice. Okay, you've got the horse, no real surprise. Oh, they take a swig of water. Are you going to 3-2 down to Saragossa? Very possibly. No, you're not. Okay, that's good for me. Rufus-Smith is in the discard pile, so I do have to respect... No, yeah, I have to respect the possibility of a surprising return. Stake. Okay, stake on a hoax. That's fine. That's what they're there for. How scared am I of this lot coming in? Van Helsing seemingly doesn't have great movement, but he could just have a sense of emergency. Is Gadami going to move in? I'm not sure. Do I try the trick? Is it gonna work? can maybe try the trick. So we layer this with... Saboteur's not a very good layering thing. Spy is very good to have in my hand, though. So let's... Okay. Right. Let's go into Cardiff, and we'll put down the other Saboteur. I don't think they're going to jump on me. Because then if I misdirect it, it's only a Saboteur getting lost. So yeah, very, very weak trail here. But I'm doing it that I can get a couple of sea spaces away, maybe even 3 sea spaces away. And then I could just go to the UK and throw down all the vampires I want. Now obviously if Godalming moves the right way, he might be able to discover where I am. They might eliminate something like Alicante. So then obviously this play doesn't work. But I still leave to sea anyway today. You can misdirect when you're at sea. You just can't misdirect sea spaces. Okay, you're sort of lining up here for an evil presence of local rumours. So that could foil my plan. But at the same time... Okay. I'm trying to remember what you have. Do we know your weapons? Okay, you got a knife. So horse, steak, knife. Okay. But if 2 stakes are called... Well, one's already been used. That's the thing, right? Van Helsing could just draw either local rooms or evil presence at the right time. And that could screw me up. Screw everything over for me. This is where the 5th edition that's coming out is just going to be insanely broken. Because with where Van Helsing is, I'm not saying you replace Van Helsing, but you put Jovan Harker in Bordeaux or in Marseille. And basically Dracula cannot do the thing that I'm going to try to do. Because Jovan Harker just basically has evil presence on permanently. On his person, which is just ridiculous, really. Right, okay. Do you have surprising return for Rufus Smith? Are you going to rule out Alicante? Are you just going to deal with the trail? Obviously going to Madrid tells you no information. I mean, the thing is, the odds are more likely at South Atlantic, so there are 3 ports rather than 1. But if you don't have Hypnosis or Money Trail, you've then got a real problem. That if I move 3 sea spaces, I could be an Ionian. And as hunters, you can't really... Really? You just go straight for that location? Fuck. I should have gone to Lisbon. Less obvious move. That's unfortunate. Okay. Right, so now we have to play a bit differently. So yeah, so much for that misdirect trick. But that's fine. It's still good for me because we have a delayed Godalming. It's going to be a delayed Seward. There's still a hoax they have to deal with. Yeah, so maybe I should have gone to Lisbon. Because it's less likely that they check that. I just assumed they were going to clear the trail, but that's quite good planning there from Tarvalar to find out where I've sort of to go deep into the trail. In the sense of trying to clear a more recent location first. You've also got Seward. You're under no... There's going to be no problem here with the hunters clearing all this. Okay, here comes Rufus Smith then. Yep. Yep. Saw that one coming. So, what's the health situation now? I'll be on 8 health when I land. from... So my hoax still doesn't mature, but it's just still just buying me a bit of time. Mystic Research. Ugh. I mean, that's maybe an argument to play Darkness Returns now, even though I don't really get a huge benefit from it, but it shuffles all of these things into the deck and basically nullifies Mystic Research. Oh, you have Sense of Emergency. Okay, good to know. Is that a crazy use of Darkness Returns? Nah, I have to use it in the 4th week, right? But then again, if I don't make it to the 4th week. Right. It has to be Spy then. Oh, wow. Okay, so now we have a situation of where am I going? Where am I going to go? Do I want to go into Britannica? I could just land in London. Because worst case scenario, they hit me with CG, only Heavenly Hosts. I get pushed back into Plymouth. I can then wolf form past London. But obviously, it depends on what these two hands end up doing. Don't want to go into the UK knowing that Rufus Smith is around. Because I'll have to go to sea again at some point. Could go Mediterranean wolf form. Gaddafi and Sue are going to be too far away to do anything about it. If I go North Atlantic English Channel, how much distance am I really getting away from these two? Go North Atlantic, then they become undelayed. English Channel, they start moving. No, they move. No, English Channel, then they move, and then I land, and they move again. Mr. Ed Cad is and just walk onto a guaranteed night fight, and I know what he's got. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Get CG'd back out to sea. Let's go to Britannica. It's probably setting me up for failure because of Rufus Smith, but let's put these hunters to the test. Do you have the events that you need? Like things like evil presence and local rumors could come out by men, excellent weather, and the like. Actually, Van Helsing won't draw evil presence now, which is good. And I've won Mina. But she could just move to the half tomorrow and then just exile everyone to London. Something I have to be respectful about. You don't have Heavenly Hosts though, unless you've supplied one. But they definitely have all 3 Heavenly Hosts now. Oh, all the rifles are discarded. That's important to know. 1, 2, 3. Somebody's got a pistol. No. Somebody's got a pistol. But all 4 rifles are in discard. Both crucifixes? No. So somebody's got a crucifix as well. Oh man. I do actually like that. Just mixing up items a little bit. It can make it really tricky for Dracula to predict where things are. Especially now in vampire fights, you don't get as much information as you used to. With the way the interface has changed. But that's according to game rules, that's not a bug or anything. Still got a week to go. I could just land, but then CG Hotel could trap me in Dublin, or in Galway rather. Okay, so you now have got a proximity event, that's good. Yeah, so someone's going to go and clear this hoax, right? What have you discarded? Charlie Carriage, okay. Do I want to layer? Could put down a vamp. Oh, I could have played Darkness Returns to get the Hogs mature, but what benefit does that give me? I guess Darkness Returns would have been in the discard pile. And all those Dracula events go in. Is that worth it though? Methinks not. Methinks not. I don't believe that's good enough. I don't think that's a good enough use. Even though they're obtaining quite a lot of events, I want the hunters just to stay static here. Sure, they could jump on me in London tomorrow, but they're less likely to do so. There's no hypnosis or anything. There might be a money trail kicking around. I have to hope there's no money trail. That's what I really need here. I need time. I need time. I think playing Dark Returns to force through a mature, if it's at quite big risk of getting stopped, I think is worth it. If it's a points mature. So I could use it for that. I just really want to try and use it if there's a point where I think I'm definitely going to get jumped on. Just play it. But there's maybe an argument for me to have played it with Mystic Research and disrupt all that. Already got 3 layers, okay. Get that spy back. Bodyguards in here. Okay, got double fog, that's nice. Maybe, is there an argument to throw down fog first? Try and delay them? Nah. Nah. Let's, and we can actually throw down triple rumor token here. Which is, really good for me. And also because CG Nuke's not failing, I can actually go into Manchester. putting a rumour token away from the port. You know, in the OD non-port city in the UK, I think would be really good. Okay, I don't know what prompt that is. I hope it's just a speedy telegraph. But there's so many places you have to check now. You've got Italy. Oh. Oh man, that was close. If that just come out a couple of turns earlier. Yeah, I think we throw down all 3 vamps. And then the last vamp we can maybe put down a fog. In anticipation the other 2 will be cleared. Oh no, we can maybe do vampire. Yeah, 3 vampires. Feed. So then if the vamp matures, I get my feed back. Have you not used up all your night supplies? I was more than sure that feels more than 4. What's going on here? Right, let's get another one down. Don't want to get rid of the aristocratic. Maybe. Right, okay. The planned ambush on Mina could, you know, spell doom for that vamp. We'll have to see. Surely I wouldn't be surprised if she's got a heavenly host. Good luck's gone. Oh, what? Hypnosis is being discarded? Whoa. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Wait. Hunters, you know where I am. Well, at least you know it's not Italy. Oh, it had to be flipping Godalming who drew that. I don't think Tarvlar's realised here that if Mediterranean is not on the trail, it means I can't be in Italy. So I have to be up here. And also throwing away Hypnosis, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe it was drawn onto a character and it's going to get too long to trade, but I feel like you don't know where I am. Do I go up into Edinburgh? Yeah, maybe. Let's feed now. Let's take advantage and feed while I can. Okay, you didn't. Okay, that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, yeah, Money Trail narrows it down. Okay, so if that's the case, definitely matured this then. Do we put it on the rail line so then Van Helsing is forced to go around the long way? Do we feed now? Do we take advantage and feed? Or do we go up into Edinburgh and throw down a fog and then feed? Mina might come in that way. I don't know which way Mina's going to move in. Could do double vampire in Liverpool. Yeah, that sounds fun. Yeah, very much putting all my eggs in one basket here, vampire-wise. And they have stakes, so... But I'm basically forcing them to commit a lot of resources over here. I need to... where's the vamp? There's the vamp, so I need to clear Saragossa layer today. So I want that new vampire to be in the discard pile when everything gets reshuffled. The thing is, like, even if you do play Money Trail at night, which definitely, I mean, it's most likely it's English Channel, but it could have been North Sea. At least Seward and Van Helsing could have moved. So they could have been one space. Get rid of the layers a bit so then. They would be one space closer to me. Right, do you have Forewarned is the question. Ah, really? You're going to go in this way? I could put down double Fog in Swansea to trap Van Helsing, but then the problem is I have no protection then. But do I need it though? That's the thing. Am I going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? So what do? I go to Swansea, put down Fog. Van Helsing moves to Irish Sea. I put down Fog again in Swansea. And then I feed. So there's only 3 vampires in the end. Does Van Helsing have Forewarned? Because with double Fog, I am so safe. Hunters don't normally double up on Forewarned on the same hunter. That will happen one day. No renewed vigor by the looks of things. Me and my ex and whatever. But again, if all the hunters come across over here to do these vamps, I just leave. And I won't do I ambush with any vampire? No. If they want to kill them, they... Oh, Mina's not moving? Oh, I'm really surprised about that. Oh, that's one stake gone. Okay, good to know. And Godalming has a stake. Godalming has a stake. And also, because it's London... Van Helsing's most direct route is to go to Swansea. And he's going to get fogged in Swansea. I could just play Darkness Returns then. Are you going to play Renewed Vigor to get to London? I'll hold off on the Darkness Returns. Hopefully I won't regret that one. I mean, worst case now, I can use Darkness Returns for the second vampire. Oh, I meant to misdirect Zaragoza. Ah, okay, wow. Hopefully it's not going to matter. I've still got one vampire in my hand. And given the point that the game is at, vampires are kind of going to be a little bit less relevant. No renewed vigor. Not yet, anyway. Alright, Van Helsing. Are you going to come into Swansea or going to come into Liverpool? You're going to go into Liverpool. Ha! Funny. So that must mean then you must have the rail ticket needed to get to London. But that means if you stake that, then how do you deal with Manchester? Unless you've got a heroic leap. So do I play Darkness Returns? Make you come all the way over and then it's for nothing. Who says these rumour tokens are actually on vampires? Do I play Darkness Returns? You need... Oh, you might have Charted Carriage. Maybe I should have ambushed. There's definitely an argument to play it now. Aha, if I do that, I have no location. Or do I? No, I don't have a location. That's such a weird quirk of the game. How likely is it that you can stop this? I mean, that's the thing, I could just use Darkness Returns on the next vamp. That's the thing, it's not the be-all and end-all if the first one dies. Let's feed now where I get the chance. Let's skip. Yes, let's use that 4th week. Hopefully I don't live to regret that. If I got multiple vampires here, I should be okay. Speed telegraph. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's where I need vigor gone. So again... is Van Helsing going to get a ticket and then go? Maybe. Oh, Mina might have a Oh, you got. Of course, you got fast horses. Yeah. Huh? That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Oh yeah, I could. Oh, you no. I could have been in Edinburgh. That's very true. I could have been in Edinburgh. Yep, that's very true. Skip with you. So yeah, Van Helsing has to have the right rail ticket now. Yeah, I wish I hadn't used my fogs now. I just assumed I'd get jumped on. Oh, you're going down to... Ah, interesting. Oh, so you can clear both London and Manchester. Ah, haha. Okay, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, you're only going to Manchester. Why? This has to be London. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Well... Is that even possible? Oh yeah, I could have been hiding in Manchester. Yes, yes, yes. That's... No. Yeah, that could have been Swansea. Yeah, I could have been hiding in Manchester. Okay, so he wanted to find me. Okay, so what I need now is for Vice Van Helsing not to have the necessary rail ticket to get to London. Because otherwise they can clear 2 vamps in one day. So yeah, I should have... I didn't calculate how Renewed Vigor would interact with all this. But then again... Oh, you must have bad rail tickets then. Mina could get there. Excellent weather and ticket would get her to London. So yeah, wasted fogs, but I was purely protecting myself, especially after yesterday's debacle. I had to play safe. I just assumed somebody would jump onto... Okay, so this is actually really good. I've got my 7 points. I didn't have to use... So you're really keen to jump on me. I guess Van Helsing would have followed up then if I was here. So we're going to try and kill me. And even if the thing matures, I'd be on so little health that I wouldn't be able to leave because of Rufus Smith. But now I do have to leave. But what I can do, I can actually wolf form to Galway. Get 3 more points, I'm on 10. I wouldn't be able to hide because hide's on the trail. Worse, I have to fight only 1 hunter. I'll be on 8 health. So I like to think I'm okay. I have a spy too, so a spy would be pretty good defense. Obviously, Vampire Lair is something I have to consider as well. So I'm either going to need 2 or 3 days movement in the 4th week. I've gone through a lot of the deck. Oh, I can just play Doctor's Returns immediately. What am I thinking? I could wolf form anywhere I want from Iris C, and then I guess I could have played Doctor's Returns now, I suppose. So maybe I didn't need to take that C damage. That's okay. So I'm going to play Doctor's Returns in the most unimaginative way possible. But again, I'm trying to think out what I would do in a proper tuning game. But there's definitely, I think, an argument to have maybe played it earlier to mess up Mystic Research and just make supplying just really awkward for the hunters by just shoving all of these, you know, a lot of these cards into the deck. Oh, those delaying events, those bats and things, and the Wolfram at the right time. I mean, the newspaper. I mean, there was also Jovan Harker in play, right? So they would have found me eventually, but the newspaper did make it a little bit awkward. And you still have to search, because this looks like a location, but it's actually hide. It's a phantom hide card. So yeah. They could play CG at this point, but... And obviously they can't play Vampire Lair during the day, so yeah. How long is this game been? Oh, it's only just over an hour? I probably can't play another. Too many things to do tomorrow. Oh, I redeemed a little bit of pride. Didn't get into any fights. But thank you, Dark Hole, for giving me Dark Returns. This, I think I could have lost those vamps. Oh, I had to. Oh, it was at the end of the Dracula phase. That's right. That's right. Do I need a wolf form? I think I do, because otherwise I'm going to get into a night fight, and then that could cost me dearly. So I'm just trying to think what are the worst case scenarios here. I think London, even if they play CG, yeah, they can't. Yeah, they can't stop me here. I'll put down that in case this fucks up for any reason, but play Dark Returns, please. Yeah, it can't do Vampire Lair at night. And obviously if we're playing with normal CG rules, then yes, there is a way that I could die here, but... I mean, it doesn't matter. So? Hide on the location, like hide on the show doesn't matter. You don't have enough tokens. So we're actually going to see the rule. Ah, See, so in case you don't know the rule, Tarvala has to choose if it's going to be heavily host or CG token. You can't play both. Obviously, it's going to be heavily host. Yeah, I know Tarvala's going to play heavily host. So let's say Cagliari, because I think Andrazot would appreciate that. So that's how it works. So if you're going to play Consecrated Ground, you play the CG token, and then you skip all the Heavenly Host prompts. If you want to play the Heavenly Host tokens, then you have to ask Dracula, where do you want the token? I choose where the token goes, and then I think Artwin's made a bit of an error here. Not GG yet. CG plus VL. Because you can't VL at night. I think they just assumed I was there, but I've gone to London. So London's completely safe here because, you know, even if you do London and then two cities are joining London, there's going to be a third one for me to move into. If I move into Seward's location, I still get the points. So no, not English Channel. My goodness. Nice. So yeah, but that's because of the CG rule. If that CG house rule wasn't in place, Tarvala could have guessed correctly it was London, forced me out to sea, but turn them at sea, play Vampire Lair, and then you've got a chance. Go on. Oops. let HH in Plymouth, Swansea, and Manchester. Ah, okay, okay. Well. Oh, true. Okay, so that is one way you could do it. The only way you could do it. No, why not B2? Yeah. Oh yeah, because Hyde was on the trail. True. Okay, so I wasn't completely safe. But still, you know, I would have done feed. Ah, Gadami would have been beside me. Okay, so I wasn't safe. Yeah, hide on the trail. Yeah, okay. So where could have... Okay, so maybe I could have... I just assumed that they would jump on me in Swansea back then. So I feel like playing hide, you know, double fog and hide made sense. I guess I could have then just gone to English Channel, right? I wouldn't have died. Maybe put the first Heavenly Host in Manchester then? Don't find me in Manchester. So... you can then try London. No excellent weathers. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. I think that was the bigger mission, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would have had the option then to feed in place. Oh, you had it, okay. Or just go to sea. Probably... would I've... yeah, I'd probably just go to sea then. Vampire Lair. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. That would have been a really... I would have had enough health. Was I was on 8 health, right? So... Move English channel, then move somewhere else. CG would have already been played. I could have gone into Ireland then. And then moved twice. I think that would have been just the better way. Stay away from Godalming. You'd have had to cover the mainland. I mean, it didn't have movement. Yeah. But still, I would have been in a bit of danger. Because if Seward or Van Helsing had drawn an excellent weather, they could have used it to get to Ireland with renewed vigor, and then move into me. And I didn't have fogs. So maybe I should have ambushed with the reckless vampires to potentially counter a vampire lair. But the thing is, I don't like doing that because you're just giving the hunters a free opportunity to try and kill it, and it's not at night. They play Lucky Fine, they get the stake. They play Heroic Leap, they get a free turn healing at night. It just, I don't like, really, I've come to the point now where I just don't like ambushing with vampires anymore. I just don't think it's the right strategy. If a hunter who's beaten up walks in, and you know their item set, then, and then you know there's not going to be like a surprise, a heavenly host, or something that could foil it, especially reckless vampires. They can just die to a rogue heavenly host or something of that nature. New vampires are a little bit more durable, so you can maybe ambush. Yeah, I would have used you. What form was used up? Maybe I should have gone to Ireland then. Because I would have got force out to sea anyway. But I needed a wolf form there because it just makes CG too awkward because of the Is there another way I could have done it? I'm trying to think now. Would Dark Returns be better played another way? I can ponder over that. I don't have to do it on the recording. Oh well, that was a good game. Still a bit of rust, and yeah, you never know how the Huns had all those grand plans in Iberia. I'll misdirect Cardiff, blah blah blah, and it got discovered. So, but yeah, delaying counters helped out. Save the rumour tokens. You just put so much pressure at the end. There's definitely some things from the hunter side, you know. Hypnosis getting burnt. But then you've got also then Mina with not great movement, so that would have caused some issues. But I can only worry about what happened on my side, and I'm pretty happy. Got a good draw with Dark Call. I like my little misdirect. No, did I miss? Yeah, I did misdirect Marseille, didn't I? Yes. So that potentially could have been quite good. I had newspaper not for my plans, because I could definitely see hunters just being even more passive or moving east, like I did in the last game that we played. Yeah, last game that we played yesterday. And you end up in a situation where you just lose so much time mispositioning or going to places that Dracula hasn't been to. But never mind. We tried. So yeah, GG's to Tavla. Good game. And yeah, only one game in this video. I'm pretty tired. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave your thoughts. Where would you have played Dark Returns? Is there any merit in playing it to counteract Mystic Research? Should I have played it to guarantee the vampire matures? Was it too risky? I was sure that Tavla was going to go to London to try and deal with one of them. And there was Seward coming into a renewed vigor. They could have cleared 2, and then suddenly Dark Returns doesn't really do anything. Because the third one would have been too far away. Should I have not feared, I just feared getting jumped on by 2 hunters. They would ignore, the trail and just go for me. It's a little bit of a gamble, right? Because I could have been in Edinburgh, and that was wrong. But if me and had excellent weather, that could have all been very different. So every game of Fury of Dracula is different. That's why it's so cool. Anyway, so I'm off, and yeah, maybe the next time you'll see me play could be in the tournament. I don't normally play during the week, and obviously the tournament kicks off basically after next weekend, in theory, if we can get everything all organised in time. So I don't play midweek, and then next weekend I'll be probably doing tournament. Oh, excuse me, as I yawn. Tournament organisation and admin stuff. So I might not play next weekend. So that might be my last game before the tournament. So we'll see how I get on. But yeah, so the next recording may well be a league video, but we'll see. And obviously we're going to be playing on both sides of the board. So it'll be lots of Hunter and Dracula action coming up over at least the next 2 months. And then we'll see if I can qualify for the knockouts. But anyway, take care everybody. Thank you for watching. See you in another video very soon. Bye for now.